All right, now it's being recorded. Okay, so now there's about 7 or 8 of you. So just one person ask me one question, and then we hope we can cover everything. If you can't really talk, you can just put it in the chat. I think I can see from the chat. So we'll start from Audrey, since her name is an A. I can't hear you. You're mute. Unmute. You to press the unmute button.
I sent it in the chat, doctor. Can you see it?
Can you ask? Can you ask now? You can talk.
Okay,
you just ask that. Yeah.
Okay. What is your educational background?
Okay, I'm a project management. I'm a civil engineer. Okay, so like what you guys will be in 4 years' time. Okay, I'm a civil engineer. I'm a trained civil engineer. I have a professional engineer certification. So which means I can sign drawings and I can certify drawings and all that. So I'm a PE. I'm a practicing PE. Okay, and I'm also that is my basic degree. Then I have a master's in engineering management and a PhD in construction contract management. So my background has always been civil engineering project management. Okay, so you will see me a lot because normally year 1 you don't see me. You will see me starting from year 3, construction technology, and then after that followed by project management, and then engineering ethics and IDP. You will see me a lot towards the last 2 years. Okay, engineering management, now that you're doing, Dr. Lee will be fully taking you guys. So we split it that way because she is doing more in the year 1 and I'm doing the year 4 one. Yeah. So with me, you're going to get a lot more intense. It's because you're graduating towards the end of the year. I mean, the end of the 4 years. So that is my background. So all my research, everything are in project management, because in civil engineering, there's many areas, you see. There is structure, there is water, there is drainage, there is also geotechnical, and project management is one of them. Yeah. Okay, but I am still a practicing engineer. I do projects with government agencies and also private developers and all that. Yeah, because every year I make sure that I do practice with a few projects just to make sure that I'm being updated with a lot of this industry practice. Yeah, because my area I prefer to be more practical. Yeah, than just purely academics, teaching and all that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
No problem. Okay, Chris, you want to ask me something?
Maybe we can talk about training or survive in this degree.
Okay. If being an engineer is fine, okay. But if your heart is not here, meaning that you were applying for something else and then you're just being stuffed, you're just being stuffed into this particular degree, yeah, then you will probably find it a bit tough, okay. But that does not necessarily means that you cannot do it. Some people start to like it after year 1, year 2, you know. It is always a very tough degree. I mean, like engineering, it is a tough degree because this is a professional degree. Because like doctors, like architects, like accountant, and our job as an engineer, comparatively, even with accountants, we are more closer to being doctors because we are dealing with people's life. Okay, everything that you design and build later on is going to be used by the people. You know, the end users are real life human beings who is going to be staying in the houses that you built, you know, driving on the roads that you are actually constructed, turning on the water that you've actually built the pipelines and all that, sewage. I mean, like we are I always tell my students, you should remember that as an engineer, as a civil engineer, you are considered as a nation builder. Okay, the world cannot come to where it is today without civil engineers, and that is something that you have to remember very closely with. And that if you don't have that as a passion, if you don't have that as a mission in your life, you will feel like it's very difficult, it's very pointless. Okay, so everything that you learn is building towards that, you see, to do a proper job that at the end of the day, the people as in human beings, Malaysians, Sarawakians trust you, to give them something that they pay for, through taxes and also through their pockets, with buying your houses and, and buying the working space, the offices that you built, you see. So I really hope that, you should treat this particular subject, this particular course very seriously. And it is tough because we need to make sure that you are qualified to go out, you see. So you cannot say that, oh, I'm 49 and, can you just give me 1 marks to pass, because when you are designing a building, if you are just the one out, you are 1 out, you see. So no one is going to have mercy on you and say that, because you're 1 out and therefore I can just forgive you for the building collapsing, or the bridge collapsing, you see. So you're going to kill like thousands of people from there, you see. If you go and watch engineering disasters, then you would know how important your life, the work that you're doing is actually. Yeah. So therefore, when we train you, it is tough. Like civil engineering generally 4 years is a very tough time. You get a lot of assignments, you get a lot of tests, exams, and then you get a lot of tutorials, you get a lot of questions to answers, a lot of assignments, and you have a lot of sleepless night. You have so much assignments, and the lecturer doesn't seem to be relenting in giving you assignments, and we don't seem to be stopping, like having mercy on you, that kind of feeling, like, oh, so much already, you still got giving, why don't you give me extension? We get a lot of this sort of things, but the thing is, these 4 years is I have to put you in this pressure cooker. If you can't withstand this pressure cooker, then you better leave, you see. You better leave in year 1. Don't leave when you're in year 3 or year 4. It's too late, okay? Some people just keep on pulling, they have so much difficult time. Year 4, they cannot graduate. They go to year 5, they go to year 6, they go to year 7. And at the end of the day, after year 7, they've still got 1 or 2 subjects. If you're that kind of students, you're really not it. You're not cut out for it, actually. Yeah. Normal students, normal one, really 4 years, you should be able to complete. That means you've been put into this pressure cooker, and we put you in this pressure cooker, and then you actually excel. You manage to get out. And that is the way it is. And then no engineering students will feel like it's a 4 years of breeze. Okay, breeze. I say, oh, easy peasy stuff. No one will tell you that. I myself went through 4 years of engineering. I myself went through a week of not sleeping at all. Weeks of not sleeping sometimes, and until you want to bang sang, that kind of feeling. Yeah? I have classmates who sleep on a table, when they're eating. And that is the way it is. So there's no such thing as, we have to give you an easy life. Not because we like to revenge, but because that is the way it is, you see. And because in the engineering environment later, you're going to be dealing with a lot of people. You're going to be dealing with a lot of stress. You're going to be dealing with a lot of demands. Your client is not going to say to you that, just because of you cannot take it, that you have depression, you want to go and commit suicide. It's nothing to do with me, because I pay you, to finish a job, you see. Right? That is a very cruel kind of world, you see. So, and no client is going to say that because you have a lot of job in your hands now, and I have to give you leeway, you see. I have to be gentle with you because you're busy, you see. No such thing one. Never such thing one, okay? Don't even dream about that, okay? Right. So, sorry, my video is on and off because of the line, I think. Yeah. So, same goes here. That's why what we're giving you here is just a mini piece of cake that you will be taking, later on as well. So this is going to be a pressure cooker. the only way to it is being disciplined. First, you have to feel like it's important. You have to know that your work is going to be important. The thing that you study will be important. You have to like it. You have to enjoy it. And after that, you have to be disciplined about it. And if you want to fail year one, you know, like 1 or 2 subject and repeat again year 2, you're just going to be putting yourself in a very negative spiral. And I'm very certain to tell you now, by failing 1 subject, you are on the track of becoming one of those students who is going to be troublesome. Okay, so you have to start right away. There's no such thing as you know, oh, I've just finished my Form 6, you know, I've just finished my diploma, I just finished my matrix, you know, I'm just tired. I just want to enjoy myself for 7 weeks before I start to get serious about my life, you know. Or year 1, everybody say year 1 I should enjoy university's life, you know. And now with the COVID, you can't even come to universities, and the discipline can be a very big issue for everybody. You know, you don't even feel like you're in that environment whereby you're being stressed, you see. So everything is left to your own accord, you see. So I think that is something that we have to be very, very watchful of, especially when the lecturer tells you what to do, handing what time, you know, please make sure that you do it. Okay. And then revision has to be done every day. You know, when you go through what notes that you've been given, then you have to go through it every day. Don't leave it until end of the semester, study week, then you cram everything together. It's all about consistency. It's all about being disciplined. It's all about, you know, only disciplined, focused people can get through this in on time and graduate on time. And with CGPA more than a 3.2, okay? If your CGPA is less than a 3.2, even though you graduate, you're not going to be up for getting a good job. As much as I like to say that first, your degree doesn't matter, everything is experience later, but your first job has to depend on your degree, you know. There's about 100 of you graduating at the same time. How would I know that you are better than the other one? You know, just because you smile more does not mean that you're good, you see. So just because you taught better, it means that you are better, you see. So everything will have to be based on that degree that you get and that CGPA that you get. You know, that's a fact of life. If I have to interview 10, 20 fresh graduate, I look at the result first. Because why? Not because of I'm stupid, not because of I don't know how to look at people and gauge their character. Okay, it's because everybody, all of you are being put through 4 years of engineering schools. It's the same environment. It's a level ground. Nobody is going to give you leeway because you are a girl. Nobody is going to be nicer to you because you are you are of different race. You know, everything here is the same. Okay, when we mark you, we don't know who you are. We only see your student number. Okay, so. And because you're a girl does not mean that you're going to do less, you see. So it's the same thing, you know. Because you look small and slim does not mean that you're going to get it easy. So what do we base on? We base on the result. We base on the fact that we put you on the same ground and some of you perform better. And I can only assume that because you perform better, it's because you have more discipline, you have more focus, you have more intelligence. And I would rather get somebody who is like that to start off with, so that my training for you will be a lot easier, isn't it? If I'm the boss lah. Then of course your interview do matter lah later on lah. You know, you can have a very good grade 4 flat, but you sound like you know you're somebody who is just not it, you see. So that will probably be a very bad, you know, impression. So that is another thing, you see. But then to get an interview, you probably have to get a good result, you see. So normally we recommend people, you're getting a 3, you're actually in a very dangerous kind of ground, you know. You at least a 3.3, 3.2 and above, usually you'll be more favorable. You'll be looked upon more favorably. Yeah. Anything like 2.8, 2.9, I interview many people. Okay. I see results. Okay. If you give me a 2.8 engineer, I'm either very desperate because my site has no one to work, so I put you inside. Okay. And you never get back to the office that easily. Then number 2, I don't have I basically know that you know how to do AutoCAD, so I get a cheap labor, like getting an engineer who knows how to do AutoCAD, you know. So more or less, I'll be putting you like a draftsman. I'll treat you like a draftsman, okay, and pay you 1,005 and 1,006 like that. You see, so that is a result that you will be getting. You see, if you're getting a 2.8 or 2.7 or 2.888 or 89, anything less than a 3, you'll be treated very differently. Okay. So that is my advice to all of you who are in year 1 at the moment. Yeah. Okay. All right. So be disciplined. Be disciplined. Don't just put it this way. If you don't have 100% intelligence, if you don't have photographic memory, and if you look at mathematics and you get a headache, okay, basically you need to work hard. That's all. It's not like you can't do it, but you have to work hard. So if you're not the genius that you are, that some people are, like, 100% kind of people, or you have like 90% or 80% intelligence, you only need to work 20%. Well, then if you're terbalik, you only have 20% intelligence, then recognize that you have 20% intelligence, okay? And then work hard at 80%. Be reasonable about yourself. Don't tell me that my friend studied for 2 hours. I worked last night like a dog for 6 hours. How come my result is less than hers? Well, that one you have to go and ask your mom and dad, because the intelligence level is different. Okay, the absorption level is different. So you never compare yourself with your friends. You only have to know that I am what level. Then you have to do how much. That's all. Okay. Esther, I'm going by alphabet. Any questions that you need to ask? Because this is for your assignment, isn't it?
Doctor, may I know where did you study for your degree, master and PhD?
Okay, my basic degree is Bachelor of Civil Engineering. Okay, I graduated from Melbourne Universities in Australia. My engineering management masters is in RMIT, also Australia, also Melbourne. And my PhD is from Curtin University, but it's Perth, so it's also Australia. So I am a very Australian, or I'm a very Australian educated, Aussie, which of course is a lot closer to British educated system. Okay. Any other questions from you? You want to know where I go to in secondary school?
That's all. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you. Okay. E, F, G, H, E, C done already. P, Felicia, do you want to do it? Yeah, your F, M, M, O, P. Daniel, go first. Mama Daniel, any question from you? No? Okay. Okay. I'm surprised. Nobody asked me what is the hardest subject in engineering. Okay. Felicia, you wanna ask on anything? Yes, I can't. Can you talk? You have to mute yourself.
I'll read that question for you, doctor.
Okay.
She asked, for Sem 1, Year 1, is it okay to take only 15 credit hours? Supposed to be 16, but there's no lab.
Yeah, no lab at the moment. So you just have to take whatever that you've been asked to take, okay? Year 1, you don't be smart and try to drop some or take more or whatever. Whatever that you are being recommended to take, like is 16, then 16. But because we have no lab because of COVID, then that is fine. That is standard across everybody. That means everybody is having 15. Okay. So don't need to go and take extra. Don't need to and don't bother taking less or anything like that. Don't just properly do your 15 and handle it well and get a feel about how this 15 is like this sem. Okay. And most of you will be very dash up when it comes to subjects like statics, dynamics, those are more calculation subjects. And maths also, there's another one that a lot of people will crash for some reason. Okay, so maths wise, you can only practice, do a lot of practice. Maths never makes sense, but maths is practice. Okay, you do enough, you will know what to do, that kind of thing. You have to get it become your second nature. If it's just like you're flexing your muscles every day until a part that you don't think and you will do. That is how you can get through maths. Yeah, but for statics and any other engineering subject, it's better if you know the basic behind it. It's the background behind it. Okay, why you need to know these things. Then it will make more sense. And for us, a lot of things are very physics, okay, more than chemistry. Unless you're doing materials, then there's more chemistry involved. But generally, you're doing more of a physics. Physics means that you're dealing with things that move and things that don't move, okay? So structure is something that don't move. You are not going to move your bridge. You're not going to move your buildings. You're not going to move your house or shopping center. So whatever calculation that you do is to support that particular structure. Statics is like that. Statics is telling you that you have to put everything in static motion, meaning that static don't move. So whatever support, whatever system that you build, you are trying to make it not move, you see. So you need to understand the law of statics is about not moving, or you allow certain movement, but it's the movement that you allowed it to move. For example, every high-rise will go through wind load. You cannot stop wind load, correct or not? And you cannot say that because I designed for 50 years kind of wind load, and therefore the wind don't blow 100-year wind load, you see. And then the drain, when you are designing for rainfall, you cannot say that I designed for 50-year rainfall and therefore this whole Kuching will never have 1 in 100 years rainfall. So nature is something that you cannot control, you see. So therefore, a lot of times we still allow in statics, we still allow some movement because you need to know that, but that movement is being controlled to a point that it doesn't collapse, you see. So that is the principle of statics. You want to make sure that the things in static will stay statics, you see. That you need it to stay firm on the ground, it will stay firm on the ground. It does not go anywhere. Okay. Dynamics is dealing with a lot of things that is moving. And you say that, hey, I'm learning statics. Why do I need to learn dynamics? Because car is moving. Okay. When you're doing road, car is moving. So you need to understand movement. When you're doing hydraulics, water is moving, air is moving. Okay. So then if you don't understand the movement, how are you going to design something that can actually contain those movements, okay, or allow that movement, okay? So rainfall, they are moving, yeah, water are moving. So we're dealing with both statics and dynamics, okay? So the hardest people will feel is usually, I don't know why, but structure for some reason, okay? But not everybody feel that way, but a lot of failures come in that area. So statics is something that you have to really grapple with this semester, and understand, read a lot, understand the principle behind it, do a lot of exercise. Even if lecturers don't give you exercise, ask them for exercise because you're very free, you're at home now, just do more, And then some textbook have exercise there, just do it. If you don't know how to do it, then try to ask and try to discuss among yourself or try to talk to the lecturers. And then also once you learn that concept already or learn that particular calculation already, try to record it down, try to record down the calculation steps and all that. It will help later on there. So how much hard work that you put in, basically. Okay. All right. Am I recording? Let me check. Oh, no, yeah, it is still recording. I haven't stopped recording it. All right. Any other questions? Standy? Standy? Right. Safa, you want to go first?
Doctor, how long have you been a lecturer in UNIMAS?
Since 2003, so it's 17 years already. Yeah, I'm here for 17 years. Most of my I've done basically one of the senior here already, and my areas has always been doing project management. I've teach. In fact, 2002, I was being invited to do project management lecture to the students in UNIMAS. That time I wasn't a full-time lecturer yet, yeah. And then most of the time I will be invited to give course, invited to do lectures, or in the area of project management and construction management, contract management, construction contract management, yeah. So it's dealing with time management, quality management, safety management, risk management. All these areas is my areas of research and all that. So if you talk about project management group, I'm a lot more senior than Dr. Lee. Yeah, she's younger. She only joined us about 3 years ago, two or 3 years ago. Yeah, and she started lecturing about 3 or 4 years ago, I think. So yeah, so I'm considered more old here lah, in a way lah. Yeah. Orang tua sudah, yeah. Okay. And so yeah, so I mean, if you attend my lectures, I wouldn't say that I'm the best in the country. I wouldn't say I'm the best in Sarawak. Okay, but the amount of academicians who are in project management, contract management, are not that many lah. So even in Swinburne or in UCTS or in Miri Kerting, you know, if we talk about the amount of specialties and also with working experience as a practicing engineer, I would be quite qualified to teach you guys. One of the more qualified one in the state, okay? So you don't have to worry about whether you're getting a good lecturer or not. I mean, you may not like me, it's okay, but what I'm giving you is something that is something that it will be useful for you when you go to work as a civil engineer. Okay. Go ahead if you have any other questions that is good that you need to put into your assignments. So whatever that I've spoken to you is basically what I want to tell you already anyway, as my mentee. Every semester, I will usually put up a notice to see you guys batch by batch, year 1 to year 4. And then after that, you come to see me with the appointment. Normally, I will send out appointment. And then from there, the whole bunch will come and see me. And then I will click on your some sort of like exam slip later on to say that you have seen me and therefore you're qualified to actually seek for exam. And but in between, the job of a mentee is basically just for you to have somebody to talk to if you really need to lah, in that sense lah, like a point of reference in a way. I didn't get to see you guys during the first orientation because I didn't join that day. And yeah, like I said, you see me a lot more in year 3 onwards, second half of year 3 onwards, and all the way to year 4 until the very, very, very end of year 4. Okay, so by then you see me so much that you get so sick of seeing me. Okay, right. So yeah. So so that's the gist, and next semester onwards, I mean, you don't need to see me 2 times unless you really have problems. But next semester, when I see you, you have to tell me what your CGPA is like already. Then I have to make comments whether, you know, is there something wrong or not. But now I can't tell because all of you are the same. So it's only after these particular exams. And especially for MCO, you're going to have a lot of online exams and also take-home exams. And many of you, because of take-home exams, are very slack. You think that, you know, everything is in front of you. You can easily find the answer. But the problem is some people don't even know where to find the answer because they don't even do the revision. So it's better that you really have your notes ready and tag, you know, you tag it up nicely and in a folder in a computer, you have it all nicely labeled and all that. So when you see the questions, you can actually go to those folders or go to those tags easily to find the answers. And some answers are not going to be directly in the notes as well. You just have to refer to the theory in the notes and write your own answer or do your own thing, kind of thing, you know. So not so easy, especially when it comes to take-home exams. Okay, that's a warning now, because only last sem we did first time take-home exams, and I have my final year students. Okay, you listen to this. My final year students, 110 of them, 60 of them failed my ethics, and they are graduating students. So if you're going to be in that position, you're going to be in big trouble. Okay, all right. So because a lot of them will be really slack, they have never been through any take-home online exam. They were like so culture shock maybe. And then when they sit for the exam, some of them didn't even produce anything in the exam, in the question, in the answer sheet, which I don't understand why. I think it has something to do with the fact that the question is worded in such a way that you may have to refer to the notes, but you need to be quite fluent to do your things, you see, because they are so slack. They think that the answer will be there in the book. They can copy straight, but end up they could not, you see. So then they end up having to waste their time and not being able to answer the questions. So that is how it was like, you know, last semester. It was the first time we run online face-to-face. I mean, online classes, yeah. But I think you will see me in one of the class at the end of the semester in your engineering management, because Dr. Lee invited me to teach on contract. Yeah, so I think you'll see me in week 12 or week 13 at that time. Okay. Yeah, I remember that now. All right, any other questions? Any other questions that you need me to answer for your assignment? If not, then remember, I've already seen you as a mentee mentor meetup, and I will punch in the exam slips that says that you are qualified to sit for exam. I hope I remember. If you don't see me doing that in week 14, you have to remind me. Okay. But now, because you don't have a sit down room kind of exam, actually it's not so important. Nobody can check your exam slip, you know. I mean, that slip that you can print or not print, you see. Yeah. But that's the purpose of this meeting also, yeah. Okay. So I've already given you all the warnings that I need to give you. So don't come and say that, you know, I've only got 2.9. I will work harder next semester, kind of thing, you know. You better work hard this semester and just launch yourself with a good start, you know, a launching pad that, you know, your rocket go far first. Like swimmer also, you need to launch yourself, it's like if you're that moment when they press the pistol and then you didn't launch yourself out, then later you want to catch up, it's a lot harder, okay? All right. Any other questions? Felicia, done already? Sandy? No? Nothing to ask? No? All right. Daniel? Anything to ask me, Daniel? No? No means that you are not really sure of what you're doing here. Oh. Chris, Esther, Audrey, okay, everything? You're all from which background?
Okay, doctor.
Yeah. You're all from which background? Matriculation? Diploma? Form 6?
Asasti.
Asasi.
I see.
Who's from Form 6? Okay, Esther. Chris? Asasi. Audrey, Asasi also, is it? How about Felicia, Standy, Safa? Asasi. I can tell you Asasi people are very dangerous. Asasi people tends to think that their grades in Asasi is good and therefore they can handle this very easily. And I have a lot of Asasi people failing left, right, and center one. Because Asasi in Unimas honestly is not very developed in that sense. So we have a lot of people who has get very good grades in Asasi but fail maths, fail statics and all that, okay? So you better be watchful, you know. I think you should forget about Asasi now, okay? And the glorious day of Asasi, even if you get a 3.8 or 3.9, I think you can just forget about it, okay? Because it's a very different ball game here, right? If your grade is only 3 or 3.1 or 3.2 in Asasi, I can tell you, you are in for a big shock. Oh, okay. If your grade are superb, like 3.8, 3.9 in Asasi, then maybe you're still okay. But if your grade is just barely 3.3, 3.2, macam tu for Asasi, that is equivalent to 2 point something here in the degree later on. Oh. Okay. So warning that I give you first. I mean, I'm not a very nice person. Everybody knows that. Okay. So I always tell you the truth. So I'm not going to mince my word and you know, try to put it in a nice way, because I believe you all are engineers. You're not supposed to be weak in terms of mental, you know, that you can't take a few truth. All right. Okay. If not, then we end the meeting, okay? Anything else? I don't know where I can put this up. I will try to email this recording to everybody. Okay. But the one that emailed me, Audrey and Safa emailed me yesterday, so I will email through them, and then you just pass it to the rest of the people here. Okay. Because I think you need some of this information to do your assignments. Am I right? Okay. All right. Done.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have
Thank
a
you,
good day.
doctor.
Thank you, doctor.